최고.
How now, brown cow? Oh, the mic's working now. That's good to see. Ooh, let me get this audio turned off. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hope y'all are having a great Tuesday. It's kind of a dreary day down here in Austin. A little overcast. I got back from my camping trip a little bit early today, so I thought I'd do a little market wrap-up. There's been plenty to talk about. Some big bounces across the board on Bitcoin and traditional markets as well. Just a lot of stuff kind of going on. We're going to talk about all of that stuff, follow up on some Pi cycle things, because I want to reiterate some of that info. Not that it's saying the top is near. I thought I did a decent job on it the other day, so I wasn't saying it was... Excuse me. Excuse me, calling the top, but more so that we're probably about to get an acceleration and crazy blow off in this area to the upside. But let's get into it and see what's crack-a-lacking on the charts. Let's see, total market cap, this is noteworthy. Nice, coming back up here, testing the previous highs. About 1.81 trillion. We did get a little pullback from them, but this is still looking pretty sexy. You got the dominance being regained on the daily DMI, so that's nice. Nice textbook retest of the chronological formation on the EMAs here. Very sexy price action. Let's just jump over to Bitcoin, because it's going to be pretty much the same chart, considering that Bitcoin is pretty much the crypto market. So You can see it came down, did the retest, did the EMA's breaking out right around this 55-ish area, getting barely supported right by the 200. And this candle right here, since we missed yesterday's video, this candle right here specifically, this is exactly what you want to see for continuation. Now, will it always give you continuation? Of course not. Nothing's 100% in trading, except that you will take losses. That is the one thing that's guaranteed in trading, no matter how good you are. But anyway, this gives a very high probability of continuation on this formation. So the very sexy candle, if you ever see one of these on something else in the future against this kind of setup, and it engulfs all this action and closes at the top of the candle range, very, very sexy, and especially when you get follow through like this after it on top of the range. That's very nice. So another example of that is something that we talked about in the other video, that if we could hold around the tops of these zones, which a lot of coins did, that was a backfill retest, and now it looks like we're building the case, continued building the case for continuation to the upside. Daily looking pretty sexy. Here's another really good candle right here, this daily girthy candle last Friday, I believe it was. Closing super strong. Had a little bit of hesitation, but it did end up getting pumped through. So looking very sexy on that guy. See if futures are showing the same thing. Yep, futures are showing the same. On the daily, let's see. Dominant still a little bit weak on the RSI, to be fair, on the daily. So that's kind of weird. I thought that would be picking up more. But DMI looks good, though, on the futures. So nothing too crazy yet here. This is what we wanted to see for continuation after this consolidation, was like a nice rebuild and reset of all the oscillators, which we did get. We got them right on top of the mamas, allowed, the mama and the long-term MAs. Gave them enough time to play catch-up, support right underneath it. These are like the best types of trades when you get right on top of the 200 and 377 with the EMAs opening up. Very sexy price action right there. Let's see. I got to take this off. Hold on, let me take this off. We don't want this paper trading crap. I don't know. We'll just log into this one. This takes off the arrows and stuff on here from all the different trades that I made on that account. Anyway, weekly... Weekly's starting to shape up okay. Kind of has a little hammer right here. So, especially if this weekly can close above like 60K, that would look really awesome. Let's see. 2-day doesn't close until tomorrow. 3-day doesn't close until tomorrow. But pretty good 3-day candle over here. Kind of reminiscing this daily candle. So pretty sexy. This definitely looks like a continuation now. We did get what we wanted to see. So now the major support level here is probably right around this cluster in here in this little rejection shooting star wick. And that's about... excuse me. I had to sneeze there. His allergies would be kicking some ass. I'm sure no one wanted to hear that sneeze on stream. So, anyway, rolling over, getting that test up, pumping it up, looking pretty good. Major support around this cluster and this wick, so around 57-ish. I'd like to see this hold 57,000 for some nice continued upside. And to really get this party started, let's pull a fib on this guy. Oh, nice. Consolidated right at the 618, testing the 786. So that's a very common place for some retrace. So this actually looks really good. Let's see if we can get up above these closes, and that will be very sexy time. Daily almost has it. Let's see if we can close above all this too. Really sexy daily close would be anything above like 59,000 would be really awesome. Ethereum is actually looking really good here too. Very sexy bounce up here. Retest EMAs on this, but it'd be nice if they came back in here and did one more retest. I'd probably use that as a Long entry for myself, but this thing is definitely looking pretty damn sexy. So, you know, not even just like last week, late last week, it was on the precipice of almost breaking down, but it just wasn't that bearish. Like, it was bearish, like on the low time frames, but you got to default to the high time frames, like we've talked about many times. Like, yeah, you can get 3 hours, and anything really below a daily can be snaking around all kinds of crazy. And you can get faked out, but that's why you got to just use to the left, look left on the chart. And as we discussed in a bunch of these cryptos, when you get back into the stupid range, you know, your edge kind of goes away. And that's what I was talking about. Just for me personally, I had de-risked a lot, and I was just waiting for a reset. And some coins did resets over the last 4 days or so, and I re-entered a couple small ones. Like, which one did I re-enter in the other day? EOS I re-entered on. XEM I entered on. There's a couple other ones too. I can't remember. I have to look on my account. But yeah, so now we're getting the big boys and girls, Mama Bear and the majors, to do the same thing. So that is super sexy. Exactly what we want to see. Now the risk isn't near as bad to the downside as it was here. So let's go ahead and erase this trend line because we don't need it. What would change that assumption is anything kind of back below. Oh, let's go back to the 3 hour. Anything back below kind of this cluster here, this really weird, almost inverted head and shoulders. That's probably a stretch to call it that, but whatever. Anything back below like 1700 would probably get a little bit scary, and even maybe 1740 if you wanted to be a little bit more conservative. Then I'd start to be a little concerned on this breakout. But right now, though, it is built up super sexy. Looking very good. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this on the daily here, you do have this pretty clear triangle type formation. We're right in the apex, so it's about breakout time. It's about breakout 30. Let's see if we can do it, or if we just get trapped back in the stupid triangle. Like, I just jumped the gun here just because I wanted to show the stupid triangle life of BSV. I mean, look, see, so if we can keep doing this, it doesn't have to break out just like BSV. I mean, look at this crap. Making jokes about it way back here that it's going to fill out this whole triangle, and it freaking is filling the shit out of this triangle. 3 hour has kind of got a pretty nice read on here. And it's right by the supply line, so that's pretty good. I mean, this is another decent chance. It's had a few decent chances to break out of this. We'll see if maybe this time is different. You never know. But if it's holding $200, this thing actually looks pretty good. And Jesus, if we can just see some body closes above 220. If we can get like 2 or 3 3-hour body closes, or probably one daily does it too. Yeah, then BSV I can very much see hitting up in this mid 200 level, right around this horizontal we got plotted. But till then, just kind of flippity-floppity. BSV. Oh, we did nibble back over here on the bottom end of the range. Probably just chilling with that for a little bit. Just see what happens. I mean, because we're so tight right here, too. I mean, it's only 6% now to the downside. And as it keeps getting smaller, it's just like less and less, right? So, whatever. 6% ain't shit in cryptos. Ethereum futures. Pretty sexy. Pretty aggressive pump right here. Wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of consolidation after that move. Daily still kind of sloppy for ETH futures. Just need some more time. Spot looks pretty damn good, though. Again, as long as it's above like 1740-ish, 1720-ish, this thing looks very sexy. Litecoin. Has Litecoin looking a little better? Because it's looked like dog shit for a hot minute. Yeah, it looks okay. You are finding some major resistance on this little topping formation. I mean, like we were talking about the other day in these videos. I know this one isn't the prettiest, but there's like these complex kind of inverted head and shoulders here, and then this weird kind of topping one here, and then we had these like right here. It's just, mass confusion on these low time frames for sure. It's pretty funny. Oh, hey, too many Control Z's. Regaining the exponential on Litecoin. Let's see if we can get a little bit of push up by the DMI. That would be extra sexy. Anything back below 185-ish, probably a little concerning. And I'd like to see this just keep riding his EMAs and get some closes above 200. That would look pretty sexy. Maybe we come back up and test the upper side of this range that it's been kind of chilling in for a hot minute. Oh boy, ripple me nipples. Still looking good. Still nice on the EMAs, on the daily. The daily actually looks really sexy. This looks like it's just compressing up here before it wants to launch up. How about the weekly? Weekly looks pretty damn good. 3-day looks good. 2-day looks good. I mean, like almost every time frame looks good. How about this crack time frame? The most important one. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, getting a little bit kind of ugly, but you can't base shit off of a crack time. I mean, you can if you just stay in that time frame and you scalp, but I mean, that's a lot of work. It is kind of neutral on the 3 hour though in this formation, so that's kind of interesting. I'd really like to see the DMI get up here in the power zone for the bulls, and RSI actually too get up and more close to the power zone instead of sitting right flat at neutral. So oscillator is not as strong as just the pure price action on the low time frames, but daily looks great though on ripples. What would make it not look great? Probably closing back below 47, 48 cents, which was that upper end resistance that we were watching for a long time, which has flipped to support for now. So looking pretty good. XLM. Yeah, kind of like Litecoin coming to the way closer bottom end of the range. This doesn't look as good. XLM kind of looks meh. It's just very meh. You're just right in the middle of this stupid range. There's just no edge here. I mean, you got a little bit of the opening EMAs, but like we've talked about a bunch of times, whenever you have the longest term ones, like right above them or below them, you know, if you're on the downside, whichever place it is, that's not as great of a sign. Not like when you have them like Bitcoin's was, where you get testing on the 200 and they're all like literally in order. That's the textbook sexiness. This is kind of like it's a little sloppy. And so when you kind of see that, it's almost better just to zoom out and look at the dailies and weeklies and see what they're doing. And you can see, too, even on the daily, it's just neutral as F. I mean, look at this. I don't even have my horizontals on here. What's going on? Slacking, boy. All right. Yeah, you can see this shit is incredibly neutral on the oscillators. It's probably only bullish on a weekly. Yep. Maybe a 2-day, 3-day. Nope, even neutral on those. So I think there's a lot of coins that are kind of in that, ones that aren't as sexy, like Theta and some of these ones that just keep running to the upside. But yeah, pretty lame. Come on, Jeb. Where are you at, Jeb? Dot looks a lot like Jeb coin coming to the lows, bouncing. This is, I mean, it looks okay. It's like almost really good, consolidating at this previous range at about 33.5. But getting very much suppressed by these long-term moving averages. But anything, I even think just one candle close above this 35, like 20-ish level, probably gets the dot party rolling again. So zoom out. Yeah, kind of neutral on the daily still, but weekly ain't shit. That's just... Or, sorry, that's monthly, sorry. Weekly still ain't shit, though, either. Not enough data. 2-day, kind of neutral on the 2-day. So, yeah, DOT's kind of in the similar position as XLM and Litecoin. Just need to get a little bit more time going here and see if we can break the major resistances above. Same with Link, almost in the exact same posturing as DOT. So, you know, sub 29, I can't really get too excited until we close a few candles above that on the 3 hour. How about the daily? Yeah, almost exactly like Dot's chart. It's okay, though. It's got, I mean, this is how you have to start at some point to get back going. Maybe we can get above this and then do another retest before launching up. But I mean, this is literally smack dab in the middle of this range here, and you can't really see that. Let me change the box color. What would be a good color for that? Like a grayish. Yeah, we'll just do that. We'll do a gray box color. You can just see it's literally pretty much, I guess it's more whatever. It's pretty much right in the damn center. So, can't really do shit with that. ADA looking nice. ADA actually has a very sexy pattern right here. Pumping up back into the range zone. Consolidating, doing like this little saucer pattern right on top of the long-term EMAs and a major horizontal and the mama and the MACD. I mean, this is a really good setup on ADA on the low time frames. Weekly, not really that much data on it. 3 days still looks very bullish. 2 days still is very bullish. And daily's a little bit neutral, but, you know, with that 3 hour looking like that, any close back above this 125 area almost most certainly gets us to test the upper end of this range. And maybe if it gets real crazy, the underbelly of this trend line could possibly be next target. And let's see some fib extensions on that. Let's put our moon goggles on. Yeah, you can see if 1618 extension is, and actually all the extensions are like right up underneath the line here in the near term. So ADA looking pretty damn sexy. Way to go, Charles. Way to go, Charles. BCH, yeah, just like Link and Dot and Litecoin, some of these, just like they're starting out to be okay, but you just got this major resistance right overhead. And for me personally, you know, like this 5% or whatever, and what is Dot's at, like less, like 3%. Yeah, these 3%, when you have this, it's just not good risk to reward in my opinion. So I'm going to wait for just some more reset before I touch some of these other ones. I mean, look at this damn shit. I mean, could it be more in the middle of this range? No, it could not. BSV, we kind of already touched on BSV. So BSV, you can see, is on top of the EMAs, all of them. They're almost in perfect chronological order. It'd be better if the gray was flipped with the red, but hey, you can't always get exactly what you want. Bitcoin's had the best textbook one, this right here. This is literally in exact order as they should be. I think Ethereum had it too. Yeah, Ethereum also had it too right here. So BSV, a little sloppier, but it's still pretty good. Just filling the stupid triangle out, though. We really got to get above it or below it to get kind of excited. And just like some of those other mentions about the overhead resistance, I mean, the risk right here just kind of sucks until it gets over this. We need some confirmation. Or below this. It could go either way. And we do have measured moves of this formation way down here at like $90, and then up here, way up here at around low 300s. So when it does finally break out of that, maybe over the longer term time frames, you could be looking for those targets. EOS had a nice setup. What was it, yesterday, I believe? I nibbled on some EOS, or the day before. Might have been the day before, actually, yeah. I think it was the day before. I don't know, whatever. It was around like 419 or something. I nibbled on some. This is a beautiful little setup, opening up right on top of the horizontal that's been respected a lot at 420-ish. Great number. Chronological order, except for the flip on the long terms, but, you know, that's all right. It's not the end of the world. All the oscillators are very bullish. Daily needs to do a little bit of work. We get the daily back on the power zone. Man, this thing could really start running. If that happens, I would not be surprised to see a test back up here to $5. So just riding that one. What would make me be bearish or let go of my bag? Probably back below like 410-ish. Definitely anything below $4. But probably 410-ish, I'd start getting concerned. And that's depending exactly how it gets there too, you know. I had a little pump up here early in the morning. Kind of just gave it all up. Man, that was kind of mean. Come on, Dan Larimer. All right, XMR. Ooh, look at Monero here. Very nice, Monero. All right, so if Monero closes this daily up anywhere above all this business is horizontal at 240. This is going to look really good. Monero's sexy strong opening on the EMAs, getting already above all this business. Man, privacy coins might be starting to tear. I'm curious to what Zcash and Dash look like. Monero, though, very sexy. I mean, like this right here, all the EMAs, we talked about it on that other video, within like 1% of each other. That's a major pivot point. And then again, just like that other candle on Bitcoin that we talked about here, engulfing the previous areas at a kind of conflection point is as well. You know, you get this big, girthy green dilly closing at the tops of it, engulfing all the previous, 5 days or so of business, but pretty much a week. Very, very bullish when you see that. And this thing looks like it's got some legs on it, man. This looks pretty damn good for Monero. Really like to see that daily close above 240. And I think that gives a real good chance of testing these local highs around 260-ish. And possibly even coming up to the next target at 350. I mean, this is set up pretty damn good. Weekly, how's the weekly look? Weekly looks pretty good. 3 days, okay. It's okay. Need some work on the RSI. 2 day, about the same. Daily starting to look sexy, though, and break out to the upside. So, yeah, very nice. Monero. Not so nice on Zcash. Coming up to test the underbelly here. Yeah, not surprising. Just kind of sitting in the middle of this consolidation range on top of this formation back here. So, yeah, I mean, EMAs and everything look good. Oscillators look good. I mean, no doubt about it. It's just kind of like a little funky stall. There's a couple other prettier charts, like Monero's. A few 3-hour closes, though, above 160. This probably is going to get back to sexy time. And back to not so sexy time, anything back below like 135-ish. Probably gets this to roll over. Dash, yeah, pretty sloppy in the middle of the range, like a lot of these other alts that we looked at. Just blah, whatever's. Nothing too crazy. I did buy this low here. This isn't financial advice, blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to me. But yeah, I did nibble on here. Still kind of just riding that and see what happens. Just chilling. Yeah, and the only reason you're like, why would you buy down there? The oscillators don't say anything. Yeah, they don't. Sometimes oscillators are laggards, right? So don't forget that. And price action is the most real time at the moment thing that you can get. So the only reason that we did that was just looking back. It was like the last local low that got bid up really fast. And it's also kind of right on top of this where the big pump happened. So it was really just based off of that alone and nothing else. And it's easy to manage too, you know. You go here a few, $5-10 lower, and the price is telling you, nah, bitch, you wrong. Get out of that. But yeah, so Dash is okay. Needs some work. Major overhead supply around 225. So until it's above that, it's not super, super sexy. Not like some of the other things we've been seeing. Doge coming all the way down to them low 90s. This is usually where it gets bid up fast. Will it happen one more again? Possibly. We could probably take the Dash idea, just what I was saying, and carry that forward over here. Anything back into the upper 80s, like 86. As long as it stays above 86 on the SAT pairing, it looks okay. I mean, look at these EMAs. We've been talking about how they converge. Now they're like literally all, within a few sats of each other. And it appears to be breaking down here. It appears that way, but that is no way confirmed just quite yet. Need a little bit more time on that. And let's see what dollar says. Oh, dollar pairing looks like Litecoin and a lot of those other charts, DOT and stuff, where it's in the middle of the stupid range. Blah. Daily still looks okay on the dollar. It looks better on the dollar than it does the SAT pairing. I mean, this is the market is keeping this bitch on lock in the 5-cent handle. Sellers are like, nope. And buyers are like, nope, we're just keeping it at 5 cents forever now. Doge is going to be pegged at 5 cents from here on out in the future. So there you go. Why didn't Elon put a Doge sticker on the rocket the other day or yesterday, whenever that was? Ooh, right here. We're at a pivot point on the weekly short-term moving average on the 10 simple here. So maybe this does start getting some pump in action. I almost nibbled some down here at the 5 cent area on the stream the other day, but I kind of just pussed out. Was like, you know, because Doge can get volatile real fast. I mean, it could easily dump to these lows or pump to the highs. So it's like I just want a little bit more, or a little bit less sloppy MA reads here. Maybe we'll get those here in a couple of days. Yeah, if we can get this to just kind of drift up here and get back up to upper 5 cent handle, all these EMAs will open up and start to look real sexy. So let's see if maybe we can kind of see that. Short term, yeah, bouncing off the 618 short term. So yeah, as long as it's staying above this pivot, 5 cents, looks pretty good. Ah, damn, these allergies are kicking my ass. All right. Oh, not as bad as some people. My roommate's face was like poofy as hell. I was like, damn, dude. All right, let's go to equities, shall we? Pretty aggressive pump here. Nice candle, hammer dildo follow through. I mean, this looks pretty freaking bullish above 39.30. It's hard to make an argument for bears on this guy. EMA's chronological order today. I mean, this is a really good bullish reset on the low time frames. Only thing it's lacking is some of the oscillators are a little bit weak, but just based off pure price action in the EMAs, this is definitely set up pretty nice as long as we're holding that 39.20, 39.30 area. It does look like it wants to come up and finally get into the red box target. I mean, it barely did right here by like a half of a tick, but here we are again knocking on the door. Will it bust through this time? It's got the setup for it because this is very early in the formation of this. So this does have some legs, you know, like not back here. It was already kind of starting to show exhaustion because it's later in this formation. We're kind of like at this area here, so maybe we do. Looking pretty damn well, if I do say so. Last week was just beast mode close. Look at this candle last week. Very nice. So, yeah, also weekly agreeing with that 39.30 area as well. So that is awesome for Confluence. So, yeah, it looks like ES wants to get some parties going. Can't say the same thing for NASDAQ, though. Already getting lower highs, lower lows on the 3-hour lower time frames. But that's going all the way back to mid-March on this. Yeah, guys, Jesus Christ, man. Come on. Look at this. Still between the stupid EMAs. It's been 5 weeks almost. Pretty much 5 weeks in between this. Like, literally 5 weeks of, like, 2% range on NASDAQ. Pretty weird. What, does it get pumped up right here? Man, I don't even know. This chart is just crazy. This is a hard read for sure. Low time frames are bearish as hell. Daily is even pretty bearish. How about 2-day? 2 days is kind of bearish. 3-day is neutral. And weekly is also neutral. So you just have a bunch of confusion across the time frames. Unlike ES and Dow are not like that. So tech just kind of meh. Look, it looks like a shit coin in between all these fucking in the stupid middle of the range. Yay. Shitcoin NASDAQ. I guess that kind of makes sense though, tech. Shitcoins. See, Dow, sexy, very bullish on the 3-hour above 32.8-ish. How about daily? Daily's okay, still pretty bullish. Oscillators could look a little bit better. 2-day, bullish. 3-day, bullish. Weekly, almost super mega bullish. Yeah, so like how opposite? Isn't that crazy? We are losing a little bit of momentum on the 3-hour here, kind of oscillating between 21 and 10. That doesn't mean that much because it's only a 3-hour. Low time frames are not near as important as the highs. So that's, I guess, a little bit interesting. But, man, if it's above 32.8, you know, what the hell ever. Buying dips is very much appropriate for this structure. We break 32.8 though, it might start getting way more ugly again and come back down here to test this lower end of the range. But right now, looks pretty damn sexy. Russell, what are you doing, Rut? What's my Rut dog doing? Bleh, bearish daily. 3 hour, more neutral because it's bouncing right off that 2160 area. You can see we got a little fake out here with an immediate engulfing candle. Those usually... So if you're not familiar with Japanese candlestick price action, you know, when you see something like this, especially on lows, like breaking down, and you get this immediate follow through on this candle, and this does work pretty much on any time frame, but when you get that, it's most likely a reversal point. When you get the previous one to just engulf it, it's the buyers are just shutting down the sellers like immediately, and especially when you get follow through. But you might not always get that. Of course, it can just roll over right here, and just keep going down. But that's a really good floor to put in, right there at the bodies. And real conservative, you can use the upper end of the range of the bodies. But yeah, this is a very good setup for reversals. Daily, man, pretty sloppy. Pretty sloppy, actually, on Rut. I mean, lower highs, lower lows, just like NASDAQ on the medium time frames. A lot of overhead resistance at 2230. How about weekly? Weekly is neutral. So ES and Dow look awesome. Rut looks not so awesome. And NASDAQ looks kind of shitty. And Rut, I guess Rut could also be thrown in the same shit bag with NASDAQ because it's kind of struggling here a little bit. Daily read is bad on this. The daily setup on oscillators in this price structure is not sexy on Russell. That's probably the ugliest thing. And here we are kind of like consolidating at this 2160 area, which is cool because it's further solidifying that as a very important pivot point. So I need more time on Rut here. Default daily is kind of shitty looking. Even 2-day has bearish read. 3-day is kind of neutral, and the weekday is kind of neutral. But yeah, Rut, you need to get back up over 22, like 20, where it's kind of not too sexy. All right, a little pump and dump on VIX today. Let's see, right at open. Actually, dump to pump to dump. Man, that's pretty wild. Just, dude, this thing is clustering hard down here. All right, so as we spoke about actually not too long ago, when you do get these swift sell-offs in VIX, you either get immediate spikes or you get lots of clustering. And this is an interesting cluster point to happen right here. As long as it keeps holding this upper 18 area, this could be building up something for a large spike out of this this cluster action here. Solar stocks bucking the tech trend today. All right, what's up, Rock? We'll go look at those in a second. Oh, VVIX though is breaking down though, so that doesn't look great for VIX. Look at this bouncing off the 100 threshold. We get back below 100 and stay below there for a couple days. My God. My God, that would be so crazy and probably lead us to all-time highs across the market, which would be wild as F. Earl, what's Earl doing? Earl just kind of chilling in between. It's had a couple little dips below this range of the long-term moving averages, but, kind of has a weird W pattern slash, I don't know what this is. This is just kind of accumulation-esque, though, especially with, like, this little higher high recently, and you're kind of making higher lows too. So as long as this is kind of doing that same thing, it looks pretty good. Yeah, daily. It's pretty tough. I mean, it's just kind of price accepting this big ass run that we've had over the last few months. Anything back below like $59, I'd start to get a little bit concerned. But it's still just range bound. I'd really like to see it back over 62 to get the bull boner going again. Oh my gosh, look at this crap. Had the best, sexiest rally point that it had pretty much for the last 3 months. Didn't pan out, and here we are again. Are we going to reset this shit again? off of this freaking trend line that goes back to the late 90s. Maybe it does. It looks like it, to be fair. So pretty funny. Little reset action. Now it's a little bit more bearish. Anything sub 156-ish, a little bearish. But man, if this resets again over this week, because this will play out over the week, by Friday, we'll know. So that would be very interesting if this thing pumps up. And if it does, then I would probably be I'd probably be looking more for that VIX spike to happen off of this clustering down here if bonds start actually breaking out and making a new higher high here on this structure. Needs a lot of work, though, to be fair, for that to happen. ZN, yeah, just bootiness. Looks still bearish. I mean, very dominant on DMI. There's nothing super sexy about that chart. TNX, pretty good rally today, up at 173. Looks like it almost got to 180. Here we are, right on the tops of this, getting closer to the tops of the range of this cluster, which was our target from this breakout. Here we are. Yeah, kind of looks bullish. I mean, it's nothing. Looks bullish on like every time frame. Is it bullish even on like a crack time frame? No, it's neutral on the crack time frame. But every other time frame, it's bullish. So pretty crazy. Looks pretty good as long as it's holding this 165 area. Whatever. Dollar, just pump it up. Pumping it up. This thing is just looking so good. Now we are right in the middle of this cluster, though. Just like rates, just like TNX. Same kind of posturing, right? Are we going to break out of this? 94 bucks is probably the major resistance here. Nice round number. It looks like it's going to go test it. I mean, this is a strong chart. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Looking pretty damn good. I mean, as long as this bitch is holding above 92.50, whatever. This thing is in bull mode. Euro obviously going to be dumping some more. Coming to actually the bottom end of the range here. And almost this trend line right below it. So 1 penny away from really breaking down. Let's go to weekly. Yeah, look at this, though, at the cross. Lots of support around the 116 on the EMAs, the trend line, and the lows on this weekly time frame, and all of this business. Yeah, this is an interesting spot for Euro. Around 116. Lots of demand down there around 116 flat, even into the upper 115s. I would probably nibble on some long Euro down there if we do get that. My guess, though, is something's going to front run it before it gets there. Because don't forget, we're all watching the same movie. German markets just woohoo! Partying. This is a bullish as F chart on Deutsche markets. We've been talking about that. This is a good default for, as long as the German market's doing pretty good and it's open before the American regular session. This is a lot of American companies are in the DAX too, so this is nice to see follow through. I mean, this chart looks great. There's nothing wrong with this chart. And it ended up bringing follow through over to U.S. markets, except for NASDAQ. NASDAQ's just not getting no love, except for, I guess, solar. Mr. Rock mentioning that. You got any favorite solar stocks, one to look at? I don't even think I have a solar stock watch list. I should probably make one of those. But yeah, very nice, sexy action on the FDAX, on the DAX, man. Yeah, I mean, shit, this looks great. I mean, anything maybe back below 14.8 can start getting concerned, but really you're just using these EMAs. As long as this thing is just crawling up the EMAs, whatever. Don't overthink it. That's something I did do a little bit of recently, I noticed, watching some of my other videos. I was like, oh, man. Shut your mouth, dude. Just do what the price action's telling you to. Shanghai bouncing out. This looks like a nice H pattern. So, and if they don't follow through, you can measure to the downside, but they usually don't follow through. They usually bounce up from here. It's hard to short a lot of times those SGG. Oh, cool. Thank you, sir. We'll go look at those here in a sec. I'm almost done with the list. But yeah, man, any closes back above 35-ish hundred, this thing will probably keep running. Everybody's favorite country, China. Giner. Gold got mollywopped today. My goodness gracious. Is it doing an H here for hard to push this down now? It could. I mean, this is at a very, very large demand line around 1670. So this could be a decent entry. But man, it just got mollywopped. One of the bigger moves in gold we've seen in a while. What do we got here on this candle? Got real bearish. Kind of rounded top. 200 EMA or 200 MA on the 3 hour, just suppressing that price, making it a little bitch. But yeah, wow, gold looking pretty. It's on the last line. Man, if it goes back below 1650-ish, dude, this thing's probably coming to mid 1500s. So, will that be a good buying spot? Yeah, probably. I like it here, and then I like it down here for longs. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Silver, puking right after it lost this line. EMA is opening down. Now we are right in the middle of all this clustering, so, you know, this is definitely not a place for me to short in that hole, but kind of looks like a shitcoin chart, right, on this 3 hour. This consolidation pump, distribution, dump, right back in the middle of the freaking range, like almost smack dab in the middle of it. Let's go to weekly. Oh, man, yeah, brutal move on silver. This is pretty much, this is starting to look kind of bad. Monthly's still okay. The monthly still looks good, and the weekly is right on the last leg, though. Major last of the Mohican support on a weekly around 23.30, and then ultimate major support on the monthly, which comes in right around 22.40. So, you know, we're getting closer to these ranges. Maybe this is opportunity zone. Maybe I'm going to think about that and get long some silver down here, as long as it holds like 22.40. That'll probably be my play for that, because the weekly and the monthly still look pretty decent, especially if we can get a little weekly snapback on this guy. Will that happen? Nobody knows, but this is an interesting area right here. Platinum giving it up too, rolling over, not too sexy. I'll lose my platinum position back below 1140 on this guy. So, but yeah, I mean, it's trying, but not looking too good. Very neutral on the daily. Still fairly bullish on the weekly. 2-day neutral. 3-day semi-bullish. Monthly is still bullish. So, kind of just a little sloppy action here. See what happens over the next couple weeks. Palladium. What's it doing? Kind of giving up this little rally here. Wow, dumped 5% yesterday. Jeebus. Missed that one. Well, I guess, yeah, we didn't do a video. But, hey, look where it fell into. The 21 and the tops of all this business right here. And it's testing the breakout zone of a chronological order EMA structure. Now that is sexy. You nibbled V? ER, gold. What is, wait, is it V or ER? You talking about Visa? Gold, babe. Quick ginger. Yeah, I mean, yeah, gold needs to hold on right here. Like I said, it's either right here or probably mid 1500s will be the next stop if it doesn't get supported here in the mid upper 1600s. But yeah, back to Palladium though. Looks pretty damn sexy on this daily. This might be opportunity zone. And anything back below like 24-ish probably would kill it. But man, yeah, this isn't too bad of a read. All right, let's go over to V. What is V? I thought that was Visa. Yeah, it is Visa. Nibbled on some V. All right. Let's go over here to this Sedge. What is Sedge? Oh, Solar Edge Tech. Yeah, pretty good pump here off these off the 200 and these candle bodies. It doesn't look like this thing is traded very much though. It's got a big market cap. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not traded a whole lot. It's below $1 million a day average for the last 10 days. I mean, it's something. Probably enough to get in and out. Looks okay, except the EMAs look real shitty. And well, actually, they look really neutral and hard to play because you got the 200 right below it, and then you've got the ones open and down, putting pressure on it on the short term. I mean, any like move probably back below 240 probably comes in tests like 200. And anything back above like 300, we probably will break out. And is this close to all-time highs? Looks like it, yeah. Yeah, if we get above that, we probably break out. But this weekly structure looks kind of ugly, though, to be fair. Yeah, I definitely won't be buying this one. I mean, maybe if you bought this low down here, not too shabby. But just too much range, just not much edge on this. Especially, I don't like when you get these EMAs squishing up on each other like that. It just makes for like 50-50 kind of position. I don't, yeah, 50-50. Hell, might as well go to Vegas. Oh, let's see. Kind of the same thing here. Major support right below it at like 125, mid 120s. How about the weekly? Yeah, weekly's back to neutral. It's lost its momentum on both oscillators while it just hovers on the 21, kind of like the NASDAQ is doing now. What would change my mind about this for upside? Oh, man, it'd have to get all the way above 180. And then I would be like, all right. But, I mean, I guess if you want to put your big balls hat on, you know, right here is all right because you only got about 10%. Because once it loses this low again, 130, it's probably going to break down pretty hard. So, not too terrible. Not my favorite, though, either. Out of solar now. Once you get back in. Yeah, okay. Well, not quite yet, I don't think, is a safe time yet. I mean, unless you do small positions and you're just using, like, how I would do it is like how we just talked about on the ENPH. You know, just kind of stopping out below these little 10, looks like they're probably about, yeah, 10% on all of them. But, you know, this isn't super bullish by any means. Yeah, Bulls got a lot of work to do on the solar, but yeah, maybe this is a lower risk area, just looking left and using kind of this these bases that are right beneath it as your stop. Maybe not be that bad. I'll be waiting for some more time on that. I'd much rather like to see the EMAs not get out of their spaghetti and meatballs formation like this, where you get all spaghetti meatball action and then you finally get them to reset. Yeah, you miss the ultimate lows and highs or whatever when you do that, but then you're also not catching knives or fading for like crazy bullish tops, you know. I can wait. Keep an eye on it. I know you're super patient, Rock, man. I like from talking to you and just seeing how you trade and listening to you. I like that, man. Patience is very, very important in the trading game. So important. That and risk management, I do think, are the best and most important aspects to trading. Because a lot of times, man, you shouldn't even be trading. I mean, unless you're a scalper or something, you're on the cracked time frames, you have some algo that helps you run and do shit or whatever. Yeah, that's totally a thing or whatever. But, I mean, most people aren't doing that. You know, because then it usually just will lead to over trading, and then you'll make mistakes, and your emotional capital will get drained, and then you'll start making stupid trades and lose money, and then revenge trade, and then compound your losses and all that crap. I've been there too many damn times to count, that's for sure. Too many more times than I'd like to admit. That's 100% sure. All right, let's go look at some fangs and some other stuff. Blockchain. Oh, yeah, before I forget, Bitcoin daily Pi cycle follow-up that I mentioned early in the video. I'm glad I remember. Yes, we are below the 80 threshold. That gives us the warning for a potential top is near. It doesn't mean that it is the top, right? So I just want to explain this one more time just to make sure. And we're going to clean this all up. We're going to hide all the... oops, not that way. I meant drawings. So you can see we're falling down, and like I just want to make sure this is clear. This isn't saying, oh, this is a top. It's actually more showing that we're probably about to get the blow-off top coming to a chart near you. And so getting below the 80 And the other instance of this that we showed was back in 2013. But let me finish this thought here. So you don't get the cycle top marker until price crosses this line up here, this cyan line. And it's all the way up at 230,000, by the way. So that's 260% from current price action. But it's obviously coming down very quickly, and it's actually accelerating this red line that we had. So that's interesting. But what I'm looking at here, I don't need that note anymore. What I'm looking for here is price to kind of catch up eventually at some point within the next couple of weeks, actually. I know that sounds crazy, but given this historical pattern with this indicator, it usually does happen after you get the 80% read. When it falls below that, it usually happens within 2 weeks. And what's crazy is it usually happens within 2 weeks for the pump and the start of the dump. And so let's just go back in time. Scroll with me here. And zoom. And let's go over here. We can turn off the drawings again, clean this up a little bit. And we can go here, and you can see that's 70, so I guess it's probably right around here. Yeah, it was these candles. I should just mark this so I don't have to freaking do it every time. But whatever. It was about the 80, 70% area right here, right? So let's just chop it up. And it went another 60%. But you can see even as it rallied hard, this started coming down super aggressive like we are now. So this is kind of what I'm looking for, is price to start rallying up into it while it comes down like this. I think we're about to get some massive acceleration. And what's weird is the oscillators and the price action is actually supporting this narrative too right now in their structure after the resets. I mean, the timing is impeccable on this stuff. So I do think that this is in the cards. Like it's like everyone's, oh, it's a top. Well, yeah, but the top didn't even get marked for another 60%, and it finally did. And you can see from here to here is about 2 weeks, and it started rolling over. It hit the top and started rolling over within 2 weeks. All right, let's go back in time to the next instance, which will be all the way back over here, 2013, late 2013 actually. So let's go here and go 80%, which is this candle. You know, I'm actually just gonna mark this shit right now because I've been doing this for too long. There we go. It'll be easy reference. So this candle's where the 80% mark happens. You can see this one actually didn't have any rally left. It just went sideways and it let the line catch up to it. Now, can that happen? 1,000 million %. Absolutely, it can. Yeah, the last light. That's right. That's why I'm kind of further going into explanation with this rock, because I want to make sure it's not like, oh, top, you know, you can make a lot of money right at the end of the bull markets like this. So, and like it can even just go sideways, but you can see here again too, 9 days, a little over a week, rolled over. Okay, so that's another one. This is the one that was the most aggressive. This one had 100 and something % gain after it came down. So 80% roughly this candle here. I'm almost just memorizing the candle because I've done this so many damn times. It's one of these candles here. And so you can see this is the most aggressive one. And it went up another 120-ish %. But what's so freaking crazy is it still followed the rule of within 2 weeks. It happened all within 2 weeks. The pump and the dumps of the rollover. So that's the most fascinating thing to me about this indicator, is that right there, that it dumps really super hard and pumps really hard, all within that very short time frame. And which is cool to me. That kind of almost makes me like the indicator more, because it follows. That's usually is what happens in blow-offs, is it goes up like NASDAQ. It did in the dot-com bubble. It doubled in the last like 5 months. It went up 100% after already going up like 300% or something in the last final innings of that run, and then gave it all up like immediately. Now, of course, that didn't happen in 10 days or anything. Markets, traditional markets have way more participants, but it's just kind of showing the psychology at the end of a run. So again, back to current price action. Here we are. I mean, this, like, you can see this slope, if it's holding it, We're here. How far is that? So it's like 23 days, 22 days, to where even if it just goes sideways, of course, it could be an outlier. The longest one was like 14 days. And so we're right there at about April 14th. Coming up right before 420, man. So that'll be fun, maybe, to have a 420 party over. Yeah? Yeah, last leg up is massive. Yeah, just like we looked at in 2013. Even after we got the 80% read about where we are now, that bitch still rallied 120%. Which, you know, just let's see what that is from here. That is 130K. So, is that possible? Yeah, it is possible. How probable is it? I don't know. That's a tough one. But, man, what's funny, though, is if that did happen, let's see what that, let's just play here. Let's just play around. So if it did happen within, let's say, 9 days, the 130K, that would be about right here, right? And each day this thing is coming down about 20,000. I'm sorry, yeah, about 20K. So another 20K puts the line here. And then in another day, it puts it here. And then in another day, it puts it right above 18. So, man, wow, that does play out. Man, that would be effing crazy. And I don't know, I think Rock and I have talked about this before in the other chat, is, you know, it does feel like this is the blow-off top. And a lot of us have even targeted, there's so much EMAs and different ways to do measured moves between 80 and, like, right over 100K. For this cycle to end, and for that to happen, and I didn't even know about the pi indicator before doing all that analysis, and now we have something that almost is somehow I don't know how this formula works, but somehow mathematically almost showing that too. Kind of weird. Is it confirmation bias? I don't know. Maybe it is, but hey, with TA, it's good. It works until it doesn't, you know. It's like, I'm not going to really overthink it, but I just wanted to clarify that read. It's not like I'm not saying this is the top, and neither is Pi Cycle saying that either, but it is very, very noteworthy in this cycle. We start getting ramping up crazy, and we break 60K, and it just starts doing that moon and shit. Man, I will probably start de-risking into that moon action hardcore. Faux shizzle. Oh, one thing I did notice, it doesn't really work. This Pi thing doesn't really work on most stuff, but I was just like, the other night I was just going through stuff. I was like, oh, maybe I can find something it works on. Yeah, it is very fascinating, Josh. I totally agree. It's very, very interesting. And you're a math guy. Maybe you can, because the code is open, you can just look at it. So if you go over here and you go to Pi Cycle indicator, you can just click on it and you can just check out the code. Actually, I have it all loaded up here. I'm doing it the hard way. So here you go. You can just click on that and click the little parentheses next to one that you have open. And then you can literally just copy this. I don't know what he's doing. It's not that much code, to be fair. I mean, you can see it's pretty much just this. But yeah, maybe you can kind of figure out how he's doing that. I have no freaking clue. That is beyond my pay grade. But yeah, Pi Cycle, and this is so crazy that it aligns with a lot of other variables as well. So, man, it's almost like, I don't know if it's guaranteed to happen. Nothing's guaranteed except for losses, like I said. But I think it is extremely highly probable that pops off. Lost my train of thought. Where am I going? Let me go back in my brain. Ah, yes, Doge. So this is hilarious. I know, Josh, you'll love this. Maybe Rock might love it too. So I put Doge under the Pi Cycle magnifying glass, and look at this shit. Oh my god, dude. I don't think it follows. I didn't do all the 80% thing, but maybe it does. Yeah, do that, Josh, because you're going to come to the meetup, right? On Thursday? We can chat about it then. That'd be great, man. But look at this, dude. I was going through lots of coins and just even stocks and indices and stuff to see if I could find any. Like, oh, maybe this is useful somewhere else. And I found it on Dogecoin. It was epically accurate. All right, so here's the first one. 80%. Got a little pump. Crossed it. I mean, I don't know if you could call this fucking top better than that. Let's scroll back in time. This one was a little late, to be fair, but considering like in the EMA structure and the longs, this is still 260% where it tells you to get out, and it didn't let you. Yes, I mean maybe that one's not that great, but still pretty good because EMA's got all long down here. 260% ain't no bitch. Yeah, it did go to 550, but whatever. Still pretty good. And then the last time over here, look at this, to the frickin' T again. So there's definitely something to this pi thing. Like I said, I hope that you get some more knowledge on it that you can share with me later, because maybe there's ways to tweak it too for other assets. But definitely pretty interesting stuff, faux show. All right, let's go to bonds. Are the bonds pumping up a little bit? Yeah, just range bound. Not that sexy. Oh, wait, let's turn off the pi thing because that definitely doesn't work on most stocks I've found out. Kind of just consolidating. Maybe it's basing out here. That doesn't look super terrible. Oh, no, there we go. But not super great either. Yeah, whatever. Blackberry. I nibbled on some Blackberry, actually. Got a little bit long on the BB. I've been talking about that on the stream for a while. I had some pretty good entries over here. Sold it all, and like right at where we are now, actually, like 930, 950 or something. And was just kind of waiting for it to come back over there. So I ended up taking that trade recently this week. So we'll see if that is a good one. I'll get out of this trade pretty much if we break back below this local low here at about 880, and ultimately anything back below the 300. Oh, there we go. Jesus. Anything back below the 377 EMA. I'll do that. Yep, he'll be there. All right. All right, all right. Let's go over to the Fang Man, see what the big boys did today. Facebook trying to hold on. Look at that retest into the opening EMAs. Nice textbook follow through so far. So actually, Facebook looks real good above 282-ish. Looks pretty damn bullish. Oh my God, Google, what the frickin' crap? Range bound since February. So 2 months, it hadn't done shit. It's still not doing shit. Boring. Amazon hasn't done shit since last summer. Extra super boring. Netflix, same thing. Totally boring. Apple, same crap. Bleh. Tesla actually rallying a little bit, so that's kind of good to see for Tesla. Still got a lot of work to do, though. EMA is all down. DMI, very bearish. How about 3 hour if we go zoom in a little bit? Still bearish on the 3 hours, so Tesla's got a lot of work to do. Needs to really get back above 700. Funky pattern on Microsoft. This little rollover, gap down, and look at this rejection at the gap level. So that is very noteworthy. That's very interesting. I'm going to mark that off right now. This 240-ish area. The supply bears are saying, nah, bitch, get away. So kind of this tight range of 225, 240 until it gets out of that. Can't really do shit with it, but very interesting. We're getting a lot of rejection wicks on here. Anything above that, probably new all-time highs. Anything back below 225 probably gets us in the middle of this great range. And we can go more range bound. Yay. So exciting. All right, let's see. Energy, what do we got? Energies, just kind of flat, boring as the oil goes sideways. How did weed stocks fare so far this week? Getting hit pretty hard. There's a few decent movers. Zine. I know someone that watches this channel loves to trade some Zine. To be fair, it actually has really good support around 420. Hey, weed stock, 420 support. How cool is that? Very nice. 3 hour is almost set up for a bullish reset, too. If this thing can just hover above that 420 this week, this will probably reset for the upside. So that's interesting. Tilray looks like it's in a similar posturing as Zine. So that's interesting as well. If the market if the market makes new highs and ES breaks out, that probably will rise the marijuana boats as well. Hemp. Hemp's getting kind of hit a little bit harder. Oh, wow. CVSI. Damn, glad I took my long off back over here when it broke that trend line. That should have got murder fest. But hey, is this a re-entry right here, though? Possibly. And again, just using price action for that. I have no oscillator that's saying that. They're actually almost all bearish. But oscillators are laggards. Yeah, maybe it still has a little push down to like mid-30s, but that's interesting. Charlotte's Web, pretty sloppy. MJNA. Yeah, I mean, not terrible. Just kind of chilling right here at these lows. Really has to break back below 4.5 cents. Probably 5 cents does it. It's like Doge. 5-cent handles holding it down. Pretty ugly on that, so nothing really there. Let's see if we can get follow through on the major equities, and then we can start hunting for some of them stocks. How's the water stocks doing? Because they got water futures now. They'll always be pumping water scarcity. I feel like that's going to be the next scared trade, like the oil is going away back in the day, all that kind of crap where they always instill all this fear. Man, weekly on the California Water Service Group, this is pretty sexy ass chart, man. This thing holding above like 54, 50 bucks. This actually looks really good on the weekly time frame, so extremely significant time frame. Probably one of the more important ones. Daily trying to break out here too. Rejection so far in the camel hump on the mama, but hey, it's starting to actually look pretty good on the 3 hour. Wow, California Waterworks. I'm putting that on the watch list. I kind of like that one. I've had XLY on there too. Oh yeah, reset, double reset, very sexy. Oh, daily, this slow grind here. Oh, that's great. I love these. They're not even 45s, like 45-degree angle. It's like less. That's super, super sexy here. Very nice. Grinding up. Anything back above like 106 is probably going to make new highs. How about 3 hour? Yeah, I'm leaving that on the watch list. Looks pretty damn sexy. CV stocks, they just got totally demolished. I haven't looked at the regular stocks in a while. Yeah, not too crazy, 30%. Oh, that one did. Holy moly, Codex just... Ouch. 70%, dude. And this is in log, so it doesn't look like that. If we go linear, then you can really see it. But log is the way to chart, in my opinion. Looking at percent moves, because that's more important. Percent moves, not the actual dollar notional amount. Like your P&L. Don't be glued to your P&L. Think about it in percentages. Because that usually will F your trading up. Thinking about, like, oh my god, I lost 50 bucks. Take it off. And it's like, what? It's like, that was probably in your threshold anyway for the downside. Anyway, I digress a little bit. Allied Healthcare actually is at an interesting spot. Just looking left at this gap fill. Previous pump before retrace to have continuation. And 430-ish has lots of wicks on that. Yeah, so this might have a little bit of pumping coming up. 3 hour looks pretty shitty. Maybe if the 3 hour we can see low time frames reset, then this might be a decent entry. But I don't think I'm going to be playing no CV action right now. Isn't it over? I don't know. Seems like it. It's just people seem to be caring less and less lately. All right, yeah, Pfizer. Oh, Pfizer on the list. We looked at it the other day. Man, this looks awesome on Pfizer. Major support at 35 bucks on Pfizer daily. And it's about to another couple weeks, too. And it'll confirm on the weekly, which would be super sexy. How about the 3 hour? Pretty damn nice on the 3 hour. Oh, sorry, I meant 3 day. 3 days needs a little bit of work. 2 day needs a little bit of work. But the daily and 3 hour look pretty damn sexy. Both sharing about 35 bucks as major support on Pfizer. So Pfizer, all right, Pfizer, what's up? Arc Crypto today. You owe me a pie slice. What's Arc? Oh, haha, yeah, Arc. I think I'm still holding some of that one. Let's go to Arc, baby. Yeah, you brought that one up, didn't you, in the chat the other day? Very nice, dude. Owe you some pizza pies. I can hold you down. Beautiful. This is an awesome chart. Just grinding up. It did have this little fake out back over here, but it just bounced really nice off of the 200. So it's like hard to get super bearish off that, and especially later in the freaking, or by the next day overnight, just reset everything and was like, let's go, baby. DMI never got bearish even on that dump. Man, pumping it up, man. What is this thing up? 63%? The last couple of days. Yeah, very, very sexy. Hell yeah, baby. Nice job, Mr. Rock. That's the one thing I like about doing this channel, too, is like, you know, you just got more eyes on stuff. We can, like, help each other out, you know. We can't freaking look at everything. There's way too many damn coins. I mean, what is there, like thousands? The 9,800 right here, just off this website. So there's about 10,000 coins. And then that's... Hell, that's small. You go over to stocks, there's like 60,000 stock tickers. So, yeah, think about that for a second. All right, dominance coming down. Let's see if any big-ass movers. Holo token, Lisk. Yeah, not anything super huge. Arc. Why is Arc not on here? Maybe it's not a daily move? Yeah, it's 20. Yeah, why is ARC not on that front list? It's at 20%. Am I blind? No? No, yeah, I don't see it. ARC should totally be up in here. What's up with that? Because it's 20-something% today. It should be like in the top 3. And I have no filters on. Huh. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's go to dominance real quick. I'm curious. Hanging on for dear life. Man, if this thing breaks back below 59 or like 60%, man, will all really get crazy? Oh my God. That would be nuts. How's finance doing? Rallying real hard off that 10-year yield pumping. Not too surprising. It actually even rallied. Yes, banks rallied, I think, yesterday when the 10-year was going down, so that was interesting. Hemp, hotels. What else do we need to look at? Probably. That's probably it, huh? I think so. Yeah, unless y'all want me to go look at anything before I sign off here. Just kind of fanning through some stuff because I was not at the command center yesterday. How are these SPACs doing? Oh, got a little pump on this guy. Oh, that's good after getting murdered on it yesterday. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Came right down to 11. All right. SPAC'd it out, bruh. All right. Let's see. How's housing doing? Actually, let's go to the sector list. Let's just look at the general sectors here. What did good today? Banking. Tech is actually up here. Oh, that's retail. Sorry. Tech is discretionary. Weird. Energy's up there. Metals and mining. That's kind of surprising. Builders. Energy flat. Utilities. Yeah, miners getting hit real hard today. And staples. Yeah, banks, though, just be killing it, man. What's Wells Fargo at? After almost dying down here at $20 last October, it's fuck doubled itself. Jesus Christ. All right. Damn, Bank of America back over this major horizontal. That goes back far, doesn't it? Yeah, that's like a horizontal from like for 20 years or something. So damn, Bank of America pretty damn bullish above $36. Wow. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Oh, Josh. Oh, good deal. I was hoping Josh would say something. Josh always has a couple good tickers. Ooh, energy. I think this one did really good recently. Yep. Nice breakout zone here. Actually, a double breakout zones. Look at this. Oh, I guess we plotted this range. I guess you probably asked us to look at this not that long ago. Damn, Bobby. Pump, breakout, retest the accumulation zone right at the free. This is great, sexy, right at the long-term moving averages. An immediate pumpage. Very, very sexy chart there. Doesn't look too crazy, except we're at 30 on the DMI. It's a little up there, but just zoom in a little bit and watch the EMAs. I'd probably just use the 3 hour, and as long as this thing keeps riding at least the 21, maybe you could use the 55 if it does dip below there, because I mean, you brought it up here, so you probably got a pretty good position. Yeah, I'd probably just wait till it starts doing some rolling over action and then starts chopping up the 55. But until it even gets close to the 55, hey, whatever, man. Ride that bitch like a bull. H&T. Let's see here. H&T, not too shabby, not too shabby. Up a lot since the beginning of the year. What a shocker. Damn, I mean, this thing is already, I mean, holy crap, dude. This thing is just up and up and up and up. 3 hours pretty good here, actually. Kind of resetting a little bit, retesting that previous high at about 970-ish, 980. Yeah, I'd say as long as it's holding, probably, let's zoom out just a tad. Hold on, let's see. Let's see here. Oh, and the top of this wick, too, on inception is about $8. So as long as it's holding about, like, $9.50 short term, I think it's okay. Longer term, I'd be willing to go down to, like, $8 on this guy. But, yeah, I mean, mid-9s should hold this. If you lose $9, we'd probably go to 8 almost immediately, and then we'll have to reset and see what it's doing then. But, man, yeah, if it holds this and then gets a couple candles above $11, it's back to blue sky breakout mode, and we can do a little fib extension from here. You can see it almost got to the 618 extension, which is at about $13. That's probably where I'd look for the immediate target. And if it wanted to get real stupid crazy, you're probably looking at 15 just as like a whole round number, and then 20 after that. That's getting a little ambitious, but hey, it's crypto. Anything can happen in this shit. But yeah, not too bad. Komodo Dragon. Is this pumping? I sold most of it. Yep, it is pumping. Pump, pump, pump it up. Komodo just goes the frick up. Holy crap, looks great. Great chart. No reason to sell. When you got good positions on stuff like this, like we were just talking about with NRG, I'm assuming you bought a little bit lower in that consolidation box that we drew when you brought it up at first. But yeah, when you get that, then just kind of ride out the trend here. And just use it daily so you don't have to hawk it. And I mean, anything as long as this is staying above 220, then whatever, man. Don't even care. If you want to be a little conservative and maybe protect some more of that capital, 240-ish will do it, or a few candles below the 21 exponential would probably shake me out of this as well. But yeah, nice. Komodo. ADA. We already did ADA, but I'll do it real quick just because I like you. Cardano. Binance US. Oh, Binance has a US division now? I didn't know that. Has that been a thing? Does anyone know that? That Binance has had a US division? Man, that's kind of cool. I don't know. People talk shit about Binance. Binance is probably one of the best exchanges that exist. I know people probably won't agree with that with me, but oh, Cardano, as he said, it looks very good. Actually, let's go to the one that has all of our drawings on it, so I don't have to redraw them all. Very good chart on Cardano, as long as it's holding that previous resistance. Now support at 116-ish. EMAs look sexy as hell, though. Any close back above 126 on the 3 hour or low time frame probably gets us to test the upper end of this range. and then we'll see what happens then. But I think if it does even get enough momentum to clear 126, we probably will test on the higher end, the underbelly of this trend line. So yeah, Cardano actually looks pretty damn good. Anything back below this 116, 115 area, and if you want to be a little bit looser, you could hold it until it broke the 3-hour 377, because you can see it got bid up real nice right here, back on the almost potential ugly price action breakdown. But now it has reset itself and looks pretty damn sexy. Kind of saucer base in here, so not too shabby. ADA. At least a year? Have they really? I had no idea, man. Binance US? Like, so how does that work? Let's go over here real quick. Trade over 50 currencies with trading fees. They're obviously going to have way less stuff because... yeah, hell, huh. It'd be nice to have something like more US, except for stupid Bittrex. Get started. Let's see. Trade. It definitely looks a lot more basic than the regular Binance. Oh, only certain states, though. Let's see what the available states are. Oh, look at that. Not every freaking state except for 7, and one of them has to be effing Texas. Well, there's been US, but maybe that's why I didn't care about it, because we can't use it. Or, I mean, I can't. I don't know if you're in Texas or not, Rock, but... so, yeah, it doesn't count for us. What the hell? I guess I'm going to put my name in here. We'll sign up for, because I'd like to know when that happens. Alright, so I got that. Binance US, when Texas. Send me that email, baby. What? Damn, what the hell, Texas? What's going on? Why are we hating on crypto stuff? Oh, wow, yeah, there's way... there's way less coins on here, but still a lot of good ones, though, you know, very tradable ones. Most of these have pretty good liquidity, so hey, that's kind of cool, and at least it's, you know, it could be legit and all that kind of stuff, so not too shabby. Well, bring it to Texas, bitches. That doesn't even count. All the states, but no, Texas. Come on, get your lobbyists over here. CZ, go hit up some of the Senate or something. Maybe you can go hit up Ted Cruz with his cool new haircut and his beard. Maybe he's turning into crypto guy. That would be nice. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I don't see any more tickers coming through. We already did all that. Let's do final thoughts on BT Sizzle. Yeah, lots of dex. What's your favorite dex? Or sex? Sex. Or kex? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, what's your favorite ones? I haven't used any in a while. I used to use Stellarport a lot, but their liquidity just sucks most of the time. And their fees can get really stupid, especially if they're based on Ethereum. But wrapping it up for BTC thoughts, looks pretty sexy, especially above 56, 57,000. I have no problems with this. We lost 57. Maybe a little concerned, but I mean, ultimately you do have that major support horizontal in the 55,000 handle. Quick swap, okay. And the 55,000 handle. I haven't used Uniswap that much yet. It looks like it works pretty well, though, but you have to use, like, MetaMask, I think. I've set up a lot of it, but haven't really executed that much. Excuse me. But yeah, Bitcoin, final thoughts. The Pi thing's coming. It's signaling a lot with a lot of other things that we might be going into the final crazy innings of this bull run. As long as we stay now above that 55 to 57,000 area, it still looks very much intact and very good for more upside. One thing that is weird that we still kind of respect in this downtrend line. So I'd really like to see that break. But hey, maybe we just rally really, really hard in the next couple weeks and actually don't break this. That would be another little clue that would go well with the pi cycle top indicator. So that would be pretty interesting if that came out. But right now, looks pretty good for upside for new all-time highs, and futures are agreeing with that as well, and Ethereum is also agreeing with that. This is a little bit of aggressive, so maybe we take some time to digest the move like we did back here. But as long as Ethereum's holding that 1730-ish level, this looks very intact for upside. Maybe if you want to be more conservative, like 1760-ish, but I don't know. I think that's being a little bit too aggressive on that. Crypto likes to move a lot, so I like to just be more loose. It's not like futures or lots of other tradables. But yeah, looking pretty sexy for some continuation on these guys. And I think that'll do it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all the chatting, guys, and the info. And I'll see y'all mañana. It's been Z-Rex with No Noise, signing off on this March 30th, 2021, on the Drury Tuesday. Much love. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.